Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals and welcome to Section 1, Part 1 of my new free journaling course. This is a faith journal course that I'm calling I Am, where we look at our identity in Christ, and basically it's replacing or identifying first the negative self-talk that runs through our heads and the things our inner critic might say to us, and replacing those thoughts and lies with words of truth and life and encouragement. And so this course is made up of sections. The first section is all about gathering our supplies, and we will not only be filling up a journal but making a journal together. So in this part I am going to be sharing the materials you'll need for making the journal. So here's an example of a journal that we'll make. This is an art journal that I have filled up in the past, and I just really love that size. It's using this envelope size, and I have a ruler here so you can see the measurements, but you can definitely use whatever size journal that you want. If you know you like larger journals, go ahead and use something larger. But yeah, for a small art journal, I like having smaller pages, and for this project we're going to come up with, well, I've got 12 I am statements, so I only really want 12 page spreads to fill up. So yeah, grab an envelope, and then you obviously need the tools to make the journal, so scissors and awl, embroidery thread or wax linen thread. I've got long bobby pins to hold the pages together, but you can use bulldog clips or paper clips. I have got a tapestry needle for the thread, a glue stick, of course, scissors and glue, pretty much always required for these craft projects. I will be also using a sewing machine, but you don't have to use a sewing machine if you don't have one. You can just make sure you glue things down really well, and that is totally fine. Coming to the pages, and also I'll be showing you in the next video how to curate a scrap box to make the cover and also to fill up your pages with. So this is how I've used different vintage paper scraps for this cover, and I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I covered it with some tissue paper that I got from pattern pouches, just thrifted from the op shop or secondhand stores, and I'm not sure if I will use that for this version of my journal, but that's there as an option as well. So yeah, for the paper scraps, I'm going to share that in the next video, where we're going to use just the scraps that we love, the treasures and the things that we keep and that we hoard and that we save. Moving on to the pages for this journal, my favorite pages are just blank papers, but also vintage and ledgers. So writing papers, papers that still have something, decorative on them, like the ledger lines. To me, I call that decoration, but still all usable, that I can definitely write on the pages and also stick anything on there that I want. I'm not going to be covering up something pretty. So for me, it's all just blank pages. And I encourage you, since this is more of like an art-based, collage-based course, to use blank pages, because you're going to decorate the pages however you want afterwards. But if you definitely want your own flair, your own style, you can make, whatever kind of journal you want. But this, as it is a journal course for beginners as well as advanced journalers, you might just want to follow along with what I've got here. So I'm sharing with you the papers that I've pulled out. I don't know if I'll use all of them, but we've got a whole bunch of different vintage ledgers that I've thrifted. We've got some tracing paper and some vellum. I love using transparent paper. Coffee dyed paper, some grid paper. Don't be afraid, you can see I'm mixing cream with white, with blue, with coffee dyed. Like, I just mix it all together. It's totally fine. I love using the end papers of books. It's one of my favorite types of papers to use, especially vintage books, and when they've got that lovely patina to them. I have got some sketchbook paper. So I also love journaling in sketchbooks, just store-bought sketchbooks where the paper is a bit thicker and textured. And because I fill them up with pictures and collage, I often rip out lots of pages. So I've got a whole bunch of loose sketchbook papers. So I just added one of those in here. I've got these smaller pages from vintage exercise books or vintage notebooks and ledgers. So a lovely different variety of papers here. Again, because I'm only going to be using 12-page spreads, I don't know if I'll be using all of these, but that's just a look at a sample of the types of pages that I love. So go ahead and gather your pages and your materials for making the journal. And then we will go ahead in the next videos for this first section, gathering. We'll do a curated scrap box. We will go through a magazine together looking for images and words. We will go through our personal ephemera, our treasures, the pretty papers and things that we've been hoarding. We'll gather it all together in this first stage so that's all ready to go for when we want to fill up and make our journal. Then that way we don't have to get overwhelmed by every material that we have, or there's no choice anxiety later on because we've already curated it in this first section, and then it's just a matter of using what we've already pulled out and seeing how much we can use of it, seeing if we can use as much of it as possible and really use the things, use the trash, use the treasure, use the scraps, use the everyday pieces that we've been saving. Love it, love this idea of this course, and so excited for everyone who has left a comment and said that they're going to be joining in. It's always more fun knowing other people are doing this with me, so if you're joining in and haven't let me know yet, feel free to leave a comment on this video. So excited. And yeah, look forward to the next video where we will curate a scrap box together, but have fun gathering your papers for now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.